Hi, I'm Trisha Dunlap, a small business attorney with Dunlap Law in Richmond, Virginia. I'm here today to talk with my 200 subscribers. Oh my gosh, that still blows my mind. And everybody else who's listening but not yet subscribed. Come on, what are you waiting for? Subscribe, like, and share this video because I'm going to be talking about weed today. Yes, it's July 2021 and weed, marijuana, cannabis, Mary Jane, whatever you want to call it, it's now legal for recreational use in the Old Dominion. Oh my gosh, I never thought I would see this day. Anyway, there's a lot of ambiguity to the law. I just did another video on that just a minute ago, so make sure you check out video 1 in the weed series. And this series is going to be focused on employers. If you are an employer who currently has a policy to drug test your employees, what should you do now? So stay tuned for my advice on that because it's an important thing to think about as the law is changing in Virginia and you don't want to lose track of these kinds of details in the haze of everything else that's happening. Before we get to the substance of today's video, here's a quick announcement about an exciting innovation that we're launching at Dunlap Law. We're launching an exciting innovation called Learning Communities. It's targeted to micro and small business owners who think they can't afford legal counsel. Check out the link below and sign up for updates. Thanks. Now let's get into today's video. Now, let's get into the weeds of what employers should do with their drug testing policy now that marijuana is legal for recreational use in Virginia. So first of all, there's a lot of ambiguity to the law. Retail sales don't begin until January 1st of 2024, and there are a bunch of other caveats, so check out my other video on that. But secondly, if you currently have a drug testing policy, I would recommend that you leave everything status quo for now. There's a lot of uncertainty and we need to kind of see what gets fleshed out around marijuana law and regulation in Virginia. So I wouldn't change anything in your drug testing policy just yet. Couple things to consider. First of all, if your business has contracts with the federal government, then I definitely would recommend that you do not make any changes to your drug testing policy because under federal law, marijuana is still illegal and you could jeopardize your eligibility to compete or win federal contracts if you change your drug testing policy to either impliedly or expressly sanction the use of marijuana by your employees. So I'd be careful about that. The other thing you might want to consider in your employment drug testing policy is if you have an employee who has a medical reason for use of marijuana and that employee has asked for an ADA accommodation around their use of marijuana for medical purposes, then that might be another reason to reconsider your drug testing policy for that employee. Now, those are things that we can also counsel you on, and I would recommend that you reach out to us and get legal advice that's tailored to your specific facts. Last thing to touch on, employers do have a right to impose restrictions on employee behavior as part of the employment contract. So there is no reason why you cannot continue to bar the use of marijuana by your employees, especially during work hours, and especially if they have responsibilities to, say, drive vehicles owned by your business or that sort of thing, or if they're in a work area, there might have some physical risk to it. There's no reason why you cannot continue to ban the use of marijuana by your employees, even though Virginia now makes it legal. So I would be very cautious in making any changes to your drug use policy as an employer. If you'd like more detailed or tailored legal advice to this particular issue for your business, please reach out and get in touch. I'm Trisha Dunlap, a small business attorney here at Dunlap Law in Richmond, Virginia. We also have another attorney named Brandy Brown who's been doing a deep dive into the weeds of marijuana legalization in Virginia, and she's pretty much an expert on it at this point, so either Brandy or myself can give you some guidance. I'm Trisha Dunlap. If this video has been helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. And leave me a comment down below if there's more you'd like me to talk about, if there are issues that you have that concern you. Let me know what they are, and I'll do a video on them perhaps. Thanks very much.